We were eating more meat in the 1800s when there were 0 heart attacks, in the 1700s and the 16 and 1500s, when we were having 0 recorded heart attacks. It is not even associated with meat, but it is associated with the rise in processed foods, in seed oils, in sugars, and all of these things that we're being told are really, really good for us.
Wow, you know, like no heart attacks in that day and age. That's remarkable. We should probably do more what they're doing. Man, that's a long fucking time ago. I wonder what kind of like medical records they had. The earliest detection of what could have been a heart attack was in the 1700s. They didn't know what it was. So there was actually no medical term for a heart attack because they didn't know what it was until 1912. Okay, but maybe, you know, they did actually just live a better quality of life back in the 15, 16, 1700s. Maybe we'll live longer then, right? But what was life like in the 15, even into the 1800s? I think it kind of sucked. Yeah, well, according to this, I might be dead by now because in the 1500s, 30 to 35 years, and by the 1800s, we were starting to make it into our 40s. So this is Dr. Anthony, and he's a known carnivore advocate. Not a great argument for the carnivore crowd. Then he claims that we are being told that these foods are really, really good for us, including processed food and sugar. Like, who the fuck is eating sugar and saying it's healthy like this? Oh, but of course he had to make the seed oil argument. A recent research article reviewed over 200,000 US citizens that were initially free of cancer, cardiovascular disease, diabetes, or neurological illness. And it followed them for over 30 years. Higher butter intake increased mortality risk by 15%. Highest intake of plant oil saw a 16% mortality risk reduction. Substituting butter with plant oil decreased mortality and cancer risk by 17%. Look, I actually came from doing the carnivore diet 5 years ago, and I genuinely really enjoyed. My appetite was suppressed on it, and my energy levels were good. I didn't hate it, but I knew it wasn't a long-term solution. The carnivore crowd has one good argument, and that is autoimmune reactions. You eliminate all plant foods for a time period and then slowly reintroduce them to see what food sensitivities you have, because even inherently healthy things can cause autoimmune reactions for some individuals. But the majority of people actually don't have these autoimmune reactions. And if you listen to shysters like this, you're going to think that you do. And especially if you're trying to use this for a fat loss diet, you're just doing another all or nothing approach. And it's not tackling the main issue you have, which is your relationship with over-consuming ultra-processed foods. Just think about it. If you eat lean meat, fruits, and vegetables, are you really not going to live a long life? And you should be careful, because if you do just try to listen to these people, maybe you won't live a long, healthy life.